good day. Hope everybody's having a good one out there. So, Depeche Mode just recently released a brand new album, Memento Mori. This is the first album they're doing as a duo after the death of one of the founding members and keyboardist, Andy Fletcher. I believe I'm saying his name correctly. Passed away in 2022. This album was put together primarily during the whole Koof thing, and I have to say, this album, I'm gonna write out, it's a very mellow album, but it has a lot of nostalgia in it. It feels like something that they literally shelved in the 80s and or 90s, and then decided now would be a good time to bring this stuff up. Now, that's not how this was all put together or written at all. It has some very neat themes in it that even dealing sometimes seemingly with like split personalities, addiction, a lot of neat topics that fill the album, and it has plenty of allegory and poetic meaning to go around. The whole album is very flows very nice, but I have to say it's very mellow. Its second song probably being the most that I can picture on the radio. But then it gets into like some of this what I would call like some bluesy techno noir type stuff that really has a sound like it belongs like on a radio in the movie Blade Runner, but it has a ton of nostalgia to it. Like I said, like it's pulled out of a whole another era. Now, one of the scenes that have really kept Depeche Mode popular, believe it or not, is like the goth scene. They have really taken a lot of like Depeche Mode music and remixed it and all that type stuff and done very well. The goth scene has always been a big fan of Depeche Mode and Depeche Mode type bands. That being said, I think this album really lends itself to being remixed in a number of ways, for whether it be the dance floor or whether it be for those more gothy metal type remixes. I really think that this will do good there. Now, there are spots where it may seem a bit thin or a bit, but as a whole, I think the album does very well. But you have to be prepared to be on that mellow groove. There is not a whole lot of upbeatness to the whole album. I believe, like second and further into the album, there's another song that is probably the most upbeat, and they're not that upbeat, but rhythmically, song wise, and riff wise, and it's what it's full of, it does very well at. And I think there's a lot of different audience that this will appeal to. I think that new listeners to Depeche Mode might be intrigued with hearing this. I know, sometimes people can be turned off of different bands just from hearing, one song or whatever. And maybe if they're more on the mellow side than say songs like Your Own Personal Jesus and stuff like that. Um, this this will be a nice introduction into that. I think this album would be better paired with like a Cure album, the Cure and um, bands in that vein, and even into the shoegaze areas and all that. This would fit right in. There is a little bit of that new retro synth in there, but for the most part, everything that's being used instrumentationally and all that, it feels these are Depeche Mode instruments. These are Depeche Mode presets, and that's it. It has that sense of familiarity to it, right? Right from Jump Street, even though it has, like I said, it starts out a bit almost industrial feeling for a second, and then really gets into these rhythmic songs, and really it's the whole encompassing album almost feels like a long song when played all at once. It really does seem to, in a good way, drone in from one thing to the other. There's a lot of fluidness in it. So like I said, go check it out if you haven't already. If you haven't heard Depeche Mode in a while, go give this album a shot and see what you think. I definitely do see some remixes coming in the near future. I can see already, I know a few artists on Twitch that probably already are working on it as we speak. They just do excellent at that stuff with industrial, just awesome, music in the whole goth industrial scene. And that's, yeah, where I think this album will really flourish, as Depeche Mode usually does. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. Hope it's going as well as it possibly can be. Go check this album out if you haven't already. Let me know what you think. And we will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.